Welcome in, everybody, to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I'm going to break down the recent news involving Chris Jones. Well, Chiefs Kingdom, we got some big news out of the Chris Jones situation, and it keeps on changing. Chris Jones is now in contract talks with the Chiefs, and if you would have asked me this 2 weeks ago, I would have said that there was no way that this would happen. But today I brought on Michael Hebner, and we're going to give you our thoughts to this good news. Michael, what do you think? Is Chris Jones coming close to signing a contract extension with the Chiefs?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I don't think he's really important for the team. They've definitely lived without him in the past, and they will do it again in the future if they need to. I guess money is the big concern. It's just what he's asking for is not really realistic in terms of what the team can really do. I mean, I can see them possibly giving into it, but it wouldn't be a long-term deal. It'd probably be, it would be another 3 years probably. I don't think they'd sign him more than 5. But he isn't, I guess, the heart and soul of that defense. I mean, there's other players that I feel are more important to have. We definitely have depth on the defensive line, and we can live without him. I mean, obviously he's an impactful player, but we have Okafor, Tano passing on, Frank Clark, obviously, Derek Nottie. We still have a pretty solid defensive line, so it's not like we're really missing a lot in Chris Jones. So I think they're going to be a little bit, strict with his contract. They're going to say, no, we have all these people. We don't need you. We'll pay you this much money. If you want to stay here, you can and win Super Bowls. If not, you can go to some other team and probably not even get to the Super Bowl for quite some time. So you can take the deal, take the money, take it or leave it, win championships or get paid the amount of money you want to get paid.
And we'll see, because if you would have asked me a while ago if this deal was ever going to happen or even that they'd start talking contracts at all, I would have said you're crazy. But, since Patrick Mahomes signed that massive extension and a lot of that contract is backloaded, they do have the luxury of possibly signing Chris Jones. But that comes with major consequences, because if you do give Chris Jones a ton of money up front, because all that Patrick Mahomes money is slated towards the end of the 2020s, you're going to suffer in the future, because Chris Jones is a luxury, and in my opinion, he's not a necessity, because, like you said, we've gotten along okay without him. He's a big piece, but at the end of the day, if he wants $21 million a year and he can't stay healthy, or he's just taking up so much money that we can't get other players, it's not worth it. And Frank Clark is the big-time money getter on this defense. He's getting paid $100 million over the next 4 or 5 years, and you can't have another guy like that with a Mahomes contract. I cannot see it even possible that the Chiefs can give him $18 million over the next 4 years and expect everything to be fine. Give credit to Brett Veach. He's a man of his word. He said that he wanted to talk with Chris Jones about extending him, and that's what he's doing, but he has to sign him to a long-term extension by July 15th, and that gives him very little time to do so, and Chris Jones right now is being pretty stubborn, so I think that it's possible that this deal comes to fruition, but who knows at this point?
Yeah, no, it's not. He's not a Patrick Mahomes level player in terms of impact for the team. It's not like if we ripped Patrick Mahomes from the offense, we would definitely fall off the top tier, I guess, of the offenses. If we had an Alex Smith again or something, we would go back to that, occasional playoffs and then, fading out later. Tyrann Mathieu, I think, is a more important piece because he's, I guess, the overseer of the field. He's all over the place. He can play practically any position on that defense. He reads the offense as well. The dude knows what he's doing. So I don't think that Chris Jones is really the person to fight after. If he doesn't want to stay because of the amount of money he's getting paid, I say let him go.
At the end of the day, you have to, because the Chiefs just do not have all this money that they can go out and spend. If the Chiefs were able to sign Chris Jones, I would be shocked. Right now it looks better than it did a week ago, but at the same time, where are the Chiefs going to get all this money to spend? So it's going to come down to Chris Jones taking a pay cut or Brett Veach possibly trying to give him what he wants to make him happy. But in all likelihood, I think that if Chris Jones does want to stay, and he said it plenty of times, he wants to stay in Kansas City for his career, he's going to have to take a cut. I just cannot see it working out any other way. In my opinion, if the Chiefs can give him an extension, I'm looking between $17 to $18 million over the course of the next 4 to 5 years. But Chiefs Kingdom, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think that Chris Jones will come to a deal with the Chiefs? Will he play for the Chiefs in the future, or will he sit out this season? We're going to see a lot more news coming very quickly, and we'll be right on top of it to cover it all. Hopefully the Chiefs can come to an agreement with Chris Jones. Thank you everybody for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you guys really enjoy the content on the channel, the best thing you can do is subscribe. I would really appreciate that. You can also support the channel through the Patreon. The link to that is in the description. Thank you everybody for listening to the KC Sports Report by Michael Darcy.